Today we will be trying to do a usual structure of a song. If you have been making like the verse and the chorus only in your song and you're wondering what I could do next, so we will be doing something random and testing around. This is just an idea to maybe help you or maybe think what you want in your song. So welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria. Right now I'm making my first album, which will be talking about my emotional wounds that became my strength. My whole aim is to help others who are also struggling to make their life a little easier. The most usual songs consist of verse, chorus and bridge, and also there's this extra things and then it repeats. I like to imagine you can like play around with them. You can start with a chorus, or you can start with just an intro, or you can start straight away with a verse. So there are so many ways to go with it, so I'm just going to share you how my thinking process is when it comes to like what type of song you want to create. As you can see, I made 3 examples trying to add most of usual parts of the song. In first example, I made an easy structure: verse, chorus, bridge, chorus. The second example is like the usual pop songs. In the end, you can play around with them and really, if you want to be extra creative, place these parts wherever you want. The third example is strongly emphasizing the hook of the song. Let's say you have some deep message or painful experience, or you just want to start with the main feeling of the song. There's really no wrong way to go if you know your feeling, what you want to share. Feel free to even create a structure without no structure. When it comes to community, I created a Discord group, Vicky's Art Collective. You can join, we can talk about music, we can talk about mental health, anything you feel like you need support with. An extra project I'm working on is I made some hoodies you can wear, so if an artist or you know an artist, you can give them a gift, or you can buy it to your friends, or you can buy it to yourself as a gift and wear your title proudly, really. There's also my first collection, which was This Silent Dream. So if you're a dreamer like me, you can also check that out. The website is called thissilentdream.com. I opened an empty file. I'm going to go for 200 ppm just to try this out. I also have a launch key mini with me. I'm going to play with that. So if we're going to start with instrumentals, I'm just gonna play like a loop or some chord progression that is going to repeat the whole time, and then we can build the structure or test around with the structure however we want or whatever feeling we get. So I played basic piano pattern, and I'm going to build in the same pattern things so we can stretch it out and make more sense of it. This is how it sounds so far. So I made first idea, whatever came out of me for now. I made like the basic things. So this is like the first pattern, and we're going to play around with that, so then you can understand like however you can play the structure, you can play around, you can add extra things and make it more special. It's a good base for us to understand maybe how we can build something. So let's say this part is like the middle part, like this is the hook or chorus. This time I will make an intro and then I will make a verse. So we can split the channels and then we can start to make something out of it. So everyone will have their own channel, including like the drum racks, so on. So I have 2 basses. One bass is just a normal key bass line. I made it separate to make maybe more difference so we can play around with that. Then I added an extra bass line just the same chords, nothing special because, we are beginners still. So let's say it starts with regular chords. So I'm going to drag everything to the other side and then we're gonna think what we're gonna add there. Alright, so it starts something like this and then we're gonna think. We can add like this thing, or we can start with something like. Usually would add like something that's gonna like push everything forward, like the instrument that's gonna play like double the times. But I think we're just going to add them extra here to the bass we have for now for testing. So let's say we have a long intro for now, like there's something going on, someone's walking, blah blah blah, whatever you imagine. And then there's like a verse part, and it starts like maybe a little bit kick only and bass line, and then the lead comes when you start singing, and then comes chorus after that, where all the things come in. If your hook is so good that you really wanna emphasize it, then you can really start with a chorus. I have a song like Sad for You, so there I start with a chorus and then I'm like verse and then again chorus and then it's going like back and forth and then there's like separate part outro part where I'm singing out. So it really depends like what journey you want to take someone. So for now, I'm like I said, I imagine someone's walking in, like you're like, okay, this is some music, and then someone starts to sing, and then there's a drop, and then you're okay, what's next? As you can see, I doubled everything. It starts with verse. There's only the main piano, then in the middle of it comes something extra, like it's an extra key bass to add a little bit more depth. Then there's a verse, and then there's like some deeper parts. It's like growing into something. So you're going to the chorus, like the main hook, as they call it. And then again, there's another verse, and then there's a chorus. After the second chorus, there could be bridge, or if your song is that long, you can repeat the chorus, or you can just make something special and end it that way, or whatever you feel like you want, really. But even if we have like copied everything like to the same places, I think it's good to later go back and make them special, like their special places, or add some extra thing, or make a new kick pattern or whatever, so it adds like some difference to some parts, so it doesn't make it the same the whole time, because all the instruments somehow live through the music and they want to change. This is how I try to think to make it more interesting, but it's a longer process. I know now it sounds a little funny, but it is what it is. We're making some simple things, so we don't overwhelm ourselves with one night, and it's easier to follow, to make like a basic things first. I'm going to now think of a voice. I think like when I make a lyrics and I sing to something, I have like better idea how the song could grow to something. So we're gonna test out something with the piano to there, and then maybe we will change a little bit the vibe, but we're trying to just make the whole structure work. So let's say the verse is like slower, and then like slower words, and then maybe the middle they can be faster. Like usually it's cool to write like different structures. I know that I don't really think about it most of the times. I just do whatever comes out of me. But it's good to have like either slow part, or you're going faster and then you're going wider and longer. and then or you start with really long words because you're leading into something, and the real message like comes in the middle, and then you're saying a lot of words that really matter to you. Like, you know where I'm going with that. Like, there's many ways you can say it. Then you can make like punctuations, then you can make like, or you can make like, you start with wide and longer, like I am, and then I am, and then you go faster, this and then I do that. I am, and everywhere I go, I know I go. Like, whatever, So you get the idea. You can play around with the structure. And I think if you have like a lead, is it a vocal or whatever lead you're trying to create, it's good to think of the different punctuations, like that helps you. I most of the time don't think about it because I just like to sing whatever comes out of me, but I think it's a really good way to think, like, if this is my emotion, and if something is not good, like you're writing like the middle part, like chorus, and you're like, it doesn't really feel great. Like, I feel like the verse is better than most probably. Maybe you're sticking to the same structure, like the fastness is the same. So maybe you can just make it faster, slower, or test around the middle ways, or make them both, or mix them. And this is how usually it makes it better, hopefully. So I have like my first idea of words and how I'm gonna sing it. It's just the first idea I got now. It's a fun project, anyways. So, this is the idea for now. So this is my first idea. After you make like the lyrics, and you're gonna make like a verse too, like after you get the first idea, like how the rhythm is, it's easier to make the second one. And usually, like, the songs go higher, so you're gonna sing even higher. Or if you wanna make like song that's pretty much on the same lane and have the same feeling, then you don't go that. So whatever is in your mind and you want to try, like, this is what you're gonna go for. That's how I usually write. Like, I try to be free. Usually I write my guitar. I don't even make the structure, but it's just a fun project to try out and share you my process of thinking. Maybe it can help someone. I don't know. I'm going to record this here, and then we're gonna see how we can build other things if we want it. Okay, so this is what we made so far. Like, this is like just a simple structure you can also make. I'm gonna show you the lyrics. It's easier to tell you. There is an intro, then there's verse, chorus, and then there's outro, because it's already a long song and I wanted to keep it simple. So usually you can go like, this outro can be a bridge, and then you're gonna do the chorus again. It's not the best, it's just for the test, but you get the idea how the structure could be made in FL Studio. I don't wanna hold on to something that can take me down for nothing. I've been dreaming future with you, and I hope it's really something. You're my daydream, maybe you're my daydream. I've been waiting for you so long. You're my daydream that holds me breathing. Come along, let's make it real. Now I see when you hold all your pain. Somewhere safe you're used to being. I can tell it can be easier if you let me in, you'll feel it. You're my daydream, maybe you're my daydream. I've been waiting for you so long. so weak.
Anyways, you get the idea how it goes. Usually, the structure can go either way, however you wish and however you feel. I hope this was a good example. It wasn't really the best work, but it's just, to show you how you can make a song within few hours. And, it's just to learn something and to gain something. I think that in the beginning is really important. And as always, there can't be always all the songs like the best and the worst. So really, it's testing and making until you're like, oh, this is the song I'm really feeling. This is the actual feeling, and so on. So really test around. Usually in a bridge, you would change the chords. You will make something that goes to something else. But I kept it simple. I didn't want to go too much crazy. So that's the basic things I did. I hope it was good.
I hope you are inspired to make different structures now, not to just stick with one. Like, there's so many ways you can play around with them. This is just a rough example. Usually, I write songs with my guitar and then I'm writing the better lyrics and whatever. The lessons for this time were definitely that there's freedom of playing music. Like, there's not one structure that is right or wrong. It just depends on what do you want and what's the feeling you're going for. So really, this creativity is for you. That's the freedom you get. And the second lesson is, don't be scared to make projects that don't matter in the end, because that also is going to give you ideas for the next ones that are actually the good ones that you want to release or you want to share with the world. Thank you so much for watching. If you missed my last video where I was visiting Helsinki, then click on it now, and I hope you enjoy my vlog type of style too.